what should the consumer of fitness be really focused on right now versus maybe before?
Okay, well, first start with this. Motivation is bullshit. Self-belief is everything. And motivation is a feeling, and it's very fleeting.
It's fleeting, right?
So if you lean heavily on, watching your favorite Instagrammer get you hyped, or watching a video, or somebody's got a lot of energy to get you in, know that really, really soon you'll be faced with, a really tough time, because that will go. Just like happiness and sadness, these feelings come and go, and so does motivation. And if you haven't committed yourself to changing behaviors, then when those hard times come, you're going to fold, because your emotions don't align with what you need to get to the
bandwidth. Right.
And to go deeper on that, the trick to that is to know where to meet yourself at. And so if you have been sitting on the couch all through COVID, eating Doritos, not working out whatsoever, and you're okay, now you maybe got the vaccine, now you're going to go back to working out, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to change my ways. Like, that's it. I'm committed. I'm going to go buy a trainer. I'm going to go get a membership. I'm going to go start working out.
I'm doing all the things.
Right. I'm going to start doing all the stuff. I would caution you. And I would tell you, I would say, listen, you weren't doing none of that shit just a month ago. So what you should do is pick one or two things that you can change forever in your life, and prove to yourself that you can first start to do it for a few months. And that could be something as simple as cutting something out that isn't serving you. A vice I dealt with for years, sodas. Mm-hmm. You love to drink sodas all the time. I know it's not serving my body. It's pretty much empty calories. I know that the sugar only makes me crave more sugar and more bad food. It also kills my palate for vegetables and fruit. So maybe that's my thing. I go, you know what? I know it's not serving me. I know it's not ideal. I know when I don't drink soda, I eat better. I do something. So that's it. Just commit to that. And then after you've proven to yourself that it's become a behavior, then add something else. And then when you add, like, let's say fitness. And I'm not saying that you can't do a few of these things together, okay? So I want to make that clear. Really, who I'm talking to at where they're at, right? And that's what makes a good coach and trainer.
It's understanding how to find that.
Yeah, is seeing where that person is and then meeting them there. Like, for example, if I got somebody, in fact, my cousin, who's part of the marketing team, he watches that show, My 600-Pound Day, or whatever it's called. Have you seen that? Or whatever? My 600-Pound Life, or whatever.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've made it.
So basically, it falls around, and he's like, "Hey, cuz," he's like, "Have you ever trained somebody that big?" And I said, "I haven't trained 600. I've trained a few 400-pounders." He's like, "Dude, what do you do?" He's like, honestly, like, the workout is, I get a chair, and they hold my hands, and they sit down, get up, and we do that for like 20 minutes, and they're like pretty much done. And then they have to take a break between walking from the gym floor over to signing out or whatever. So, and a mistake that you would make would be like boot camp, right. Biggest Loser style. Like, that's why I hate that show so much. It's like, you're setting those people up for
pounding on people. It's unsustainable.
Yeah. Anybody can lock themselves in a camp and discipline themselves for a short period of time. But again, once that high of emotion and that cheerleader yelling at you and the peer pressure of everybody around you, once that all goes away and it's just you with you,
what do you got?
Yeah, what do you got? You don't got all that stuff anymore. And the only thing you can lean on is the discipline and behaviors that you've implemented in your life. And you'd be a fool to commit to yourself to all of these things at once if you've never really done that. So I would say, start with that. If you're somebody who only walks 1,000 steps in a day, which I love to tell somebody, I think here's where I do like tech, right? I love.
So I'm in a place, yeah.
Yeah, I love like step counters, like whether it be your Apple iPhone or a Fitbit or whatever like that. But what I like them for is not like something that we're married to or matters that much, but it's a good place for me to know as a coach, like your starting point.
There's awareness.
Yeah, so exactly, for awareness reasons. Like, I'll have somebody wear one of those for a week, and I say, just do your normal stuff. Don't try to impress me, and just get back to it. See what happens. And then come back and I go like, okay, so I can look at her all week. She averages 2,500 steps a day. So I'm going to tell her, like, here's our goal. I want you to get to 4,000 steps every day, which I know 2,000 more steps is like 20-minute walk. That's it, right? So what I want you to do is do a 20-minute walk, we'll agree on a time when you have like, I don't want to implement it at a time that's going to get conflicted all the time. Like, do you have dinner with your husband at night? Okay, great. Well, here's a winning recipe for you. I want you and your husband to go for a walk for 20 minutes after you eat.
Right after you eat, yep.
And what you'll love about this, and what I want you to connect to this, is not about how much weight you're going to lose next week or that, is this is a great time for you and your husband to talk.
Decompress.
That's right. Have conversation, connect, work on your relationship health, and maybe your spiritual health throughout that time.
Like a habit stacking, right?
That's right.
Working on more than one thing at one time.
And you start to do that, and then let's talk about the benefit, and then we'll build upon that. So if you're getting back right now, I'll tell you that the biggest mistake that most people make is to overcommit themselves to something they can't realistically stick to forever. So start with something small, build some momentum, and then start to habit stack. Start to stack little things on top of that. And this is the long game, man. This is not a quick fix thing. And even if you think you want that because you have a wedding or you have something coming up really quick, if you really want long-term results forever, then this is the approach to do that. You don't want to cram it all at once.